Hey there, welcome back to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. And today, yes, as you can see here, the Amiga 4000 is open once again. What is he going to do to it? What is he going to do?
This computer will rule the world.
He's going to put 3.2.2 ROMs in it, and then update the Workbench to 3.2.2.1. All right, so as you know, we're going to have to take a lot of screws out because unfortunately, all the things I need to get to are deep inside there. Oh, fun, so much fun. I just love pulling off brittle plastic with force. It's so much fun. Every time I do that, it's just terrifying. So you can let this hang around and be in the way and all that because you don't want to deal with things, but really just unplug the LEDs and you'll be much better off. Just remember the green one goes on the left. Oh, this is fun. I don't know, for those of you that watch my other videos, this is my favorite connector on the Amiga 2500. Of course, it doesn't look like this now, does it? All right, so let's go ahead and get my amazing cooling fan out of the way. Didn't really need to undo the hard drive, I don't think. I mean, this stuff is mostly out of the way. Kaplonk, kaplonk. And now we will gingerly and carefully and gently lift up this amazing BFG accelerator card. Oh yes, beautiful, isn't it? It is an amazing piece of technology. I do love it so much. Now, what you can't see, because it's over here on the other side, or can you? Can you see that? Go in here. So what we're going to be doing here is, you can see in there, there's the ROMs, so they're going to pop out. All right, I'll try not to get too much in the way over here, but yeah, this is our little chip puller to grab onto the dips and yank them out. That's not what this is at all, Q. This is a PLC puller. Yeah, this is a PLC puller. That's not a dips. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is how you pull out those dip style chips. Yay! Our lovely Trinesium squishy thingy. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do this, and hopefully I don't get too much in the way. Now the high is on the right and the low is on the left. Low is on the left, high is on the right. Yay. Look at that. Out she comes! Oh, I can feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Okay. That one was a little, I know it sounded kind of crunchy and terrifying, but seemed to be okay. All the pins are intact. And of course, since these are fresh from the Amiga Fairy factory, we're going to use our little, crunchy crunch to make the pins straight, so it just goes right in. All these things I'm showing you, like the pin straightener and the puller, all this stuff's on eBay and or Amazon. All right, so this says hi. Hello, wave, hi. So that's going to go, on the right, notch to notch. Here's my arm. Now, also, don't freak out. If you accidentally put these in the wrong sockets or you put them backwards, I know some folks online will give you horror stories, but honestly, all they do is they just get really hot. I mean, you want to turn it off as soon as you recognize you've done something horrible. But I've not ever seen them, like, blow up. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it hasn't happened to me. And again, this is a lot easier if you got new chips, just to use this guy to squish those pins flat. So makes it much less a scary prospect putting these in and pushing them in. All right, so we're booting up the 4000 now with its happy ROMs in it, and its accelerator plugged back in, and what we'll do is we'll apply that 3.2.2.1 update, which you will find is very handy to get to because all my computers are on the network, so it's in a network share. Just got to get her booted up. As I said, the 4000, as I've shown in prior videos, it's a finicky girl. You got to tickle her a couple times to get her to to finally wake up. But she will eventually. And there you go. See, she woke up. Only 2 presses that time. One of the other things we did today, forgot to show, is I got the Alt key replaced there. Look at that. Thanks to good old Dr. Chris helping me out with that. All right, so as you can see, it says 3.2.2. That's because I have not done the 3.2.1 install. But if we go over here to About, sure enough, 3.2.2 Kickstart and 47.1111. So there's the share. So we'll go ahead and fire up directory Opus. And one of the things I like to do is just go to the RAM disk. We'll go over here, go to Amiga stuff. And it's probably going to be in transfer, I hope. You know, one of the other things I've done with all my Amigas is my LHA. There's, you know, of course, the nice, up-to-date, super fast, takes advantage of the CPU LHAs, and not all of these Amigas have it. Some of them are using, like, the original LHA still, so it unpacks really, really slow. But this seems to be going okay. So much stuff. Look at all the stuff. This is a hotfix? Oh, right. Well, I'm glad I have a lot of memory on this Amiga 4000, because it's unpacking all the ROM files into RAM. Update 2.2, how to install. We don't need to read that, do we? Uh-oh, there's a hotfix and there's an update. So one of these is going to be the, you don't have 3.2.2 installed, or you might have, yeah, it's like the older version, but if you have the last version before the hotfix installed, you can just do the hotfix. Otherwise, you can do the full update. I don't need to do that. All I need to do is just the hotfix because I already have 3.2.2 installed. So we'll mount that by double-clicking it. And there it is. And it tells you right here what it's going to do. It's like, hey man, going to update your 2.2 to 2.2.1. I'm a novice. Yes. Now you must reboot your Amiga. Okay. Yep, there it goes. And it's not doing that second reboot like it used to before I had the when I had the old ROMs in there. And sure enough, there you go. Workbench release 3.2.2.1. It just keeps getting longer and longer, and eventually it'll just run into the memory. I might suggest the dev team start rounding up. So there it is. This is not a big walkthrough of what that hotfix is. The biggest thing I believe is what it did is there were certain programs on slower Amigas that as soon as the mouse pointer went over the screen, it got really, really, really slow. And that's because one of the neat features of the newer version of the operating system is it's always actively tracking what the mouse is doing and where the mouse is at. So it knows how to do like little bubble tips or context-aware type hoverings of the mouse. All that is happening in the background, and it's being tracked. And on slower Amigas, the way they were doing it was polling it like crazy. But they fixed all that, so it still works on slower Amigas, and the screen shouldn't be slow. But we're good to go here. Well, there you go. We did the 3.2.2 ROMs. We did the 3.2.2.1 update. And you got to see the guts of the Amiga 4000 and what happens when it all comes apart, and how sometimes when you put it back together, it doesn't always go back together the way you thought. But hey, look, did it once again, tore it all apart, put it all back together, and she's running great. Thanks for watching. I'm done with this video.